video was made possible by EA Game Changers.
Welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger, and a special thanks to EA FireMonkeys for providing me with early access to the latest update. I've now built a cafe, as you can see here, and I've used the special paving that was given as part of the grand prize. So I'm using the exact plot. I've created a driveway for this cafe, which I think is really exciting now that we have cars on lots. And then I had to make that really large signage tower at the front. There's a mix and match of furniture, which is the Cafe Grande live event bits and pieces, along with the SimChase 8 event pieces, Cafe Conundrums, and that made up the front part. And then for the structure, the goal for me was to make sure it wasn't a box. You know, for a build like this, it's really just a shop front. But in this case, I've made it a 3 height room. You can see that. And, you know, make sure that it had the adequate facilities, like all the bins you see out here. And I couldn't resist but put this cart at the back. It just had to be part of this space. And that's from the SimChase 8. That's a grand prize. So you just have to imagine that passerbys will just go there and purchase some coffee, and then ultimately you've got the drive-through. It reminds me of Coaster, you know. So this is a drive-through using those windows from the previous SimChase event, which is brilliant where it is. There's a signage up top, so cars just drive by and get what they need and then make their way on to wherever they're going. And again, this is another view of the triple height room that makes up the structure for this cafe. Let's quickly go inside and have a look. I love this update, in case you haven't noticed. And here's a close-up of how these items really match. So the set of chairs and the table is from SimChase 8, and the planter boxes dotted around is from the Cafe Grande live event, so they work perfectly together, right? And I thought they'd go out nicely here. There's no umbrellas, otherwise there would be no umbrellas above those, and there isn't any in the game. So you're coming through that front door, or couple of front doors, and there's an area on the side to sit down with some artwork and the bottom floral mural wallpaper and those, you know, cushions and throws tucked away in those crate side tables. I think it's lovely. And then we have the staircase that goes up to the next floor, and then obviously the roof. There's more artwork and a couple of bookshelves that I selected, and then you work your way straight in. First, on the left as you come in is this area to sit down with these beautiful green vintage chairs with those vinyl records on the side there, the wall art, the coffee, a collection of beans. And then on the side here, finally I went in and found this stereo, right? I kept going on about that when I did the live event, that we need something for them to put the music in. But really, you just place it there, click on it, and make a choice. It's a 70s stereo, and you can see more vinyl records tucked in underneath it, right there, you know? And then you've got the front of house. Well, part of the front of house is another one. But I used some items from the party event and stuck them on the top there, and just coming up a floor you can see those lights hanging, and everyone is in uniform serving the till, the coffee machine, the cake display or food display. It's very busy in here. So got a couple of Sims sitting down having a chat with each other, a mother and daughter, and the cups could be better. And then someone's doing some work. You know, maybe it's lunchtime and they've just popped in here to get some work done while they drink a cup of coffee and have a donut. And this is a really beautiful area. I really like this high bench, and 6 stools can go around it. It really depends on how you place it. In this case, only 3 can go against it. I've got more decorative pieces, a bookshelf, and then you work your way into the back kitchen here. Now, I chose to set this up this way, and I thought it's really beautiful. It is a double height room. We'll see that in a second. But the Sims drink hot beverage from those passes, so it's not glasses of wine or anything. Let me just bring a Sim in here. And this is the way you work your way into the back of house, right? And I saw pictures online of a cafe that was set up this way, so I was inspired by a photograph of an actual cafe, and the display of croissants and biscuits and, you know, really nice hot baked pastries come out from the back here. And you have to imagine that some of these pastries are made to order for the tons of Sims that would pour in during the work hour or lunch hour, and they'll just place orders, and, you know, a lot of baking and a lot of lovely aromas from the dough would ooze from this section. And then we have the drive-through window, which is a very busy spot in this cafe. Now, the kitchen and the front of house here is accessible to the sim who works the window, and items could be passed through that door. I'm trying to click on it, but no. But items could be passed through that door to him, and he obviously relies heavily on the kitchen to supply what's up on that menu board to these tons and tons of vehicles that drive through wanting their orders very quickly, ever so quickly, you can imagine. So perhaps this car is just full of kids. You've got, different kinds of individuals who are ready to go and have no time to waste, wanting him to, plate up and bag up. So this is the overview of the entire ground section, and then of course you go up these beautiful spiral staircase. I like this staircase. I could have used a different one, but I chose it. It's a partial double height room. You can see from down below the bottom floral and the top floral mural wallpaper can be seen when you stand at that staircase. And yeah, it's the same also on the other side too. I just thought it would be a nice little touch to this area. There's a place to sit down here with a different selection of chairs and tables from the ones downstairs. These are the yellow ones. But you can see the mural wallpaper as well as it connects from the bottom part to the top part here. And I really like the way that turned out. And then you work your way into this mezzanine landing area, where again we have more seats, the yellow options this time, and the pine by these beautiful pieces of art everywhere, and those flowers, the bottle plants, they're very cute. And they have a great view of the downstairs part. And then you get the chairs again dotted around. I also was inspired by the original build that we unlock as a grand prize. And when you come around the mezzanine this way, it leads into the manager's office, or the staff office as it were. This little office table works brilliantly in the space because of how it can be used, and it's against that bookshelf. And then we have the uniforms and the tip jars stored in the manager's office. So look at what the girls have got on. It looks like red aprons, even though it's a blue apron, but it looks like red aprons, and that would be those. And the men have the blue ones in the kitchen there. So I had to think that through, and I love the way it looks realistic. There is a hat and a bag and a coat hanging that probably belongs to the manager here. And yeah, it's a cute functional office, and I thought it'd be nice to put those beautiful green vintage chairs there as well. So when we work our way back out from this office, you come around this mezzanine area, and there is a TV up top here. And if you click on it and say watch a movie, the Sims will actually come up here and sit on some of the chairs to watch the movie. Well, it's not a movie, right, is it? You just have to imagine that in a cafe there would be the news on a screen, so people are keeping abreast of what's going on, and they're working here. Cafes are some sort of a work area as well, as you can see. So that's an important feature in the cafe, but it's not a vintage TV though, I have to say. Okay, so when you work your way around, coming back this way, you make your way into the restrooms. So there's restrooms for him and her. If I just put the walls up, you'll see that the signage out front is for the drive-through, and then the signage inside is just artwork in the restroom area. Okay, so this would probably be the one for the men, and I kept that beautiful sink in there. And there are a couple of toilets, 2 toilet stall units for the men, as you can see here, and those doors come from the Wedding Bells live event. They're proper stall toilet doors. And you have a couple for the ladies. With the walls down, it looks quite odd, but you can tell that they have different entrances. He's come out of the men's, and that will be the way into the ladies. Those toilet stall doors are fantastic. And that's the overview for this part. And as you go up, it's just the rooftop, isn't it? And I glassed it over so it's like a skylight in some way. And yeah, I just wanted to show off those beautiful windows that we have unlocked. I think they're quite lovely, and so much can be done with those in future builds, with these fabulous items that we've unlocked too. And here's just a general overview of it. Now, in case you're wondering how I have more than 10 Sims on this plot, no, there isn't a glitch to it. What you do is make sure you have a family of 5 who belong or own the property. So you send them all out to work, and then you bring 10 Sims over, which is what the limit is. But those 10 Sims have to be engaged in actions. Once you engage them in the actions, all you have to do then is go to the town map and stop all those Sims from working, and they'll pop back home. and then they can walk about and engage in other things, and that's how I have 15 Sims on the plot. So there's no glitch to it, and that's what you do to get 15 Sims. And if you have a family of 6, then it'll be 16 Sims, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon in the next video. I'm going to see what I can do with the downtown developer high-rise plot that I've been able to unlock in this Game Changer game. I'm going to quickly build a 3-story penthouse of some sort, and if I like it, then I'm going to share it with you. Thanks again. See you again soon. Bye.